You gonna be a visitor?
No. He let you in? Yeah.
Hello?
Everybody?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, I forgot. No, you know why? I was sitting here talking and I forgot to hang up the phone. I was on the phone with you. I was like, dude, anybody hear me?
Yeah, I'm in. G-Man in?
All right.
Oh, yeah.
All right. I want to welcome you to another episode from Run and Tell That podcast. I'm Gerard.
I'm G-Man.
I'm Ro.
All right, fellas. Thought we had technical difficulties, but we're good. So how was everybody's week?
Mine's pretty good, I must say. Matter of fact, I was running behind on this because as you and I was talking on the phone, I literally had a text from one of my clients and I was trying to pull up some wheels to take care of him.
Mm-hmm.
So I almost missed this until you said something and I heard the thing calling my iPad.
Okay. Well, G-Man, how was your week?
Hey man, I can't complain. Took a trip down ATL yesterday, so
Okay.
that was the fun part of it. But I can't complain. How
Okay.
was yours?
Pretty good. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't too bad. I mean, basically like ending the week. It was my granddaughter's birthday and she turned 1 today. So happy about that.
As you should be.
Yep,
As you
that's a
should.
great accomplishment.
So, I was able to, spend time. Well, got to see her and then, saw my son and his girlfriend. So we didn't hung out with my brother. So it was a good day.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's the best part about it, man, is that when you come down to like the visit and all that stuff like that, it don't matter what the occasion is. Just to spend time with the people that you love, that's the most important thing, you know?
Yeah, exactly. But,
Oh yeah.
and today's topic is,
Long as hell.
lack of intelligence, superficial personality, and shallow understanding.
hmm
So what are y'all thoughts?
I think we all had someone that either we know or work with that have all of those traits. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so like for me, I know a guy that he lacked the intelligence, but I mean his understanding of everything is totally different than the shallow understanding, if that makes sense. So he
Yeah.
lacked the understanding of working, but he understands what to do when work, if that makes sense. So at the end of the day, when you think about someone who lacking the intelligence, man, look, it could be a broad range of things that people that they're dealing with. I mean, the IQ level might not be there. You know what I'm saying? Um, They might not understand the basic intelligence of anything other than what they know, and that's nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, for me personally, that's what I think.
Okay. What about you, Ro?
Yeah. I think it's, I agree with that. And then you also have a little bit of like being arrogant, or you can call it intellectual humility, if you must. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's like, it's one of those things where you can tell where they believe they always right and have all the answers when clearly it's not
Yeah.
the case, you know. And
Mm-hmm.
you can tell, because then it tend to lead into you being closed minded as well, because you feel like you know everything, and you're stuck on your pre-existing beliefs,
Mm-hmm.
and you can't, anybody with any new ideas or concepts, it's gonna be hard for them to adapt to it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
anything that's gonna challenge them and they beliefs is gonna they're gonna clam up, give you pushback.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So we got a message.
Okay. Got a message. Yes, sir. All right. My teammate, Miss Cheesecake.
Well, hey, it's your girl Miss Cheesecake coming through Club and tapping, showing love to everybody in the chat. Make sure I follow and share. Lack of intelligence, superficial personality, and shallow understanding. Damn good topic. What's going on, G-Man, Ro, and my teammate G? Shout out to y'all. Shout out to the room.
We appreciate it.
PZ.
There you go.
What?
Calling cheesy. There you go
I
again.
mean,
Okay.
So, do you
you
think
know, hmm
do you think that they like materialistic things more than they like um anything else? You know what I'm saying?
I would say yes,
I'm talking about the
and I think,
superficial person.
oh yeah, I mean, I can see that because it's gonna be one of those where you're gonna look at everything gonna be on the outside. Either it's gonna
Yeah,
be clothes, beauty, your looks, which is still beauty, but that's the thing that's gonna matter most. You
that's
know,
right.
Mm-hmm.
at least what I think anyway. But
I
the thing
agree with
about it,
that.
they won't have real depth, of understanding it and knowledge about the things that they talk about, because that's the only thing that they focus on.
Mm-hmm.
So you think that they could be easily persuaded? I mean, it could be like um due to them being superficial, they lack the opinion of their own opinion, if that makes sense. So, do
hmm
you think that someone can persuade them in doing anything?
No, because they're gonna be stuck in their beliefs anyway. I think it's still gonna roll back to that because I would guess that
Yeah.
you won't be well informed on anything. So let's go back to that intellectual depth. It's like you, it's gonna be hard for you to like have emotional intelligence.
That's right.
So
That's
having
right.
that empathy and sympathy for the other person or whatever it is that you're trying to gain, or that you looking things up, trying to gain an understanding of what it is, it's going to be harder for you to grasp that.
Mm, that's
You
true.
know.
I mean, so I was reading up on that, the superficial personality,
hmm
and one of the things that caught my attention was they lack the um okay, so like when in their relationship stays like a one side relationship.
hmm
Um,
Mm-hmm.
so they feel as though that they always gotta be right in their relationship. So they
Yeah.
do every single thing that they
Yeah.
want to do, but they don't actually look at the other person, what the other person needs.
Yeah.
They never ever say what they need, never ever. never ever say what they mean. So I mean, that's just something that they're very judgmental. So I mean, I was reading up on. I was like, man, this is a very good. You know, like if you go back and you read up on it, you'll be like, oh my goodness. You know what I mean? And that's a
Hmm.
trait of some people that we know. You know what I'm saying? If you really
Yeah.
Exactly.
think about it, that's some trait
Hmm.
right there. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then also with that judgmental, like you were saying, you know, it's crazy because it's one of the things to where also I was reading up as well, and it's like you'll see when someone they don't understand their perspective, they tend to
Yeah,
get distressed and they'll develop negative opinions about people without any authentic evidence,
that's right.
you know, and then they have that defense mechanism of they'll project, you know, onto
Hmm.
somebody else. Oh, we got another message.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. Miss Cheesecake.
Oh, wait, shit, it's the traits of people you know? Shit, it's the traits of people I know. And
Ooh.
it's crazy. The superficial personality. Y'all know I love my psychology shit. I'm gonna have to dig a little deeper into this here.
Hey, we appreciate that.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, just like you were saying about the relationship, when you think about it, it's going to be surface level. I mean, the
Mm-hmm.
totality of even when you looking at the personality, understanding, like intelligence, everything is going to be surface level.
That's
You
right.
know,
Hmm.
you can't. It's hard for people like that to have a full understanding and to take something deeper. It's like you take a book, for instance. Instead of reading the book, reading the whole book to gain the understanding of what the book is about, you will tend to find yourself reading cliff notes.
Yeah.
Mm.
Or you may go and try to find Wiki or whatever, just somebody that's still cliff notes, but then hit the bullet points on it, and then you want to talk, and then
Hmm.
you want to talk about what you just looked up, or what you just read. But in actuality, if anybody asks you multiple questions about what you read, then
Mm-hmm.
that person that's on that shallow, that's on that surface level, they can't give you any in-depth conversation. They can't really give you any meaning behind it because they can't understand the concept of it, because it's hard for them to actually read this stuff and gain that understanding, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just my opinion.
I mean, you're 100% right.
I
So
agree.
I mean, like, so I also read up on the shallow understanding and
Mm-hmm.
all that. So some people can be like they can have some childhood influence. They can have like some shallow like superficial value system, short term gratification, resisting of personal growth, and short.
Hmm.
This the one right here though. Limit self reflection.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of people don't do that. You know, a lot of people it's either their way or the highway. You know what I'm saying? And then they also lack empathy. They don't show no interest at all, and
Hmm.
their social interaction is like crazy. It's like different. So what do you guys think about that?
I say the childhood one is one that sticks out. I I can see that. I can see how, you know, maybe the childhood that these people may have had wasn't the best. So then maybe what they tend to do is, like how things may not be going well, you may want to pretend
Yeah.
and make your, and then as a kid growing up, you put yourself in these make believe places just to get through your childhood until your
Mm.
teen years, and it continues and
That's
continues. And
right.
then what happened is, as you meet other people, you tend to realize that, okay, well, these other people had a good childhood, or what you
That's right.
assume is a good childhood, because you really don't know because you didn't grow up with people. You only know what somebody tell you, but
That's right.
nobody tells you everything. So you may
Exactly.
assume things. So now you basing this off this assumption, but because your childhood was so bad in your
Yeah.
eyes, you still living in a fantasy world. And then you may
Yeah.
tend to continue that trait to where as you get older, you start believing the make believe.
That's right.
You know, it's like Peter Pan. You have this Peter Pan syndrome. You just haven't stepped fully into adulthood. It's easy to say that you are an adult because you pay bills, you work, you're doing what you're doing. But that's what any normal person would do. But then outside of that, it's like, where's your psyche at? Where's your
Yeah.
mentality? If you finding yourself taking on the childhood or the teenage years of somebody else that you know, and that wasn't your life, but it's easy to say it was because other people don't know you,
Yeah.
then you
Exactly.
still living that. That's your childhood trauma coming out.
That's right.
Don't blame other people because of what you may not have gotten or what you had to do, because it doesn't make your life better than the next person or your struggle worse than the next person.
Yeah. You know, one
But
one of the things that says that people need to stop holding themselves accountable for their own action. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
Um, and accountability is the best thing about, like, I mean, like, we just can't, like, be on this, like, earth and this world and just not hold ourselves accountable to the things that we do, you know?
yeah. But what about the people that play victim? They play victim. They get around this group of people and they play victim. But then they get
Yeah.
around this other group of people and they're the ones who started the whole damn bullshit in the first place.
Yeah.
So how do you handle a situation like that? Because the first set of people don't really know you. They know of
Yeah.
you. They don't know you. They don't know
Yeah.
nothing about anything that you do at home, work with your family and everything else. But then this other group of people, they do know you. So it's like you play victim around the people that know you, that know, you know what I'm saying, this group of
Mm-hmm.
people. And then they get around this other group that don't know nothing about you. And then you talk the most, you make up a bunch of bullshit.
And that's
You know what I'm
shallow.
saying?
That's shallow.
So,
Yeah. I
but in
mean,
that
and that's
situation,
your,
what do you do?
that's right. And that's a shallow behavior. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
they engage in they engage in gossiping. Um, they engage in, different kind of conversation that's not true. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
that's a behavior that they got in them. Nobody can take that from them because they done built themselves up in the believing in a lie, in telling the lies and all that stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So I
Yeah.
mean, a person, they gotta want to change from telling lies, because if they can't change from telling lies, that's what I mean. Like, if you think about it, that's all they know. You know what I mean? So that's a shallow
Mhm.
behavior.
So I was gonna ask you is like, how do how would you expect these people to stop doing it if that's what they've been doing their whole life? It's like it would be, I guess, in the sense of being a drug addict or a alcoholic or whatever your narcotic is. It doesn't have to be drugs and alcohol, but it could be shopping. It could be whatever it is. Your compulsive behavior. If that's all you know is to pretend things, how are they supposed to find their inner self to go, wait a minute, this is me? You know, step away from
I
that
really
fantasy
don't think,
that you've been built around. Mm-hmm.
but see, that's the thing. Like you said, you can try to tell them, but they're gonna believe what they believe anyway. Because they, like you said, they put in their mind that they believe the lie that they're telling.
Yeah.
That's why it sounds, cause when you can tell a lie, and sometimes there's a telltale when somebody's lying, you know what I'm saying? But when you've been doing this for so long and you have hyped it up to believe what you're saying and you make that shit sound so fucking believable, there's not, what can you do? You know what I'm saying? Because, okay, I'm going to use us for example. Okay, it's the three of us and there's an individual that constantly every day or every week or whatever coming up with these outlandish fucking stories and shit. We could sink to his level, but then that makes us no better than him. But then at that too, why do we have to constantly try to, you know what I'm saying, protect who we are?
Yeah.
And then then most times stuff like this happens, it turns physical.
Yeah.
But in the end, that doesn't really prove anything because all he's gonna do is do it again. Now the lie's gonna turn again. Oh, they jumped me. Oh, they did this.
Well, I think it's because, as you know, as G-Man was saying, the same thing as what you're saying. It's like there's no inner reflection. But then if you a surface level thinker, you don't tend to go deep into not only other people's psyche but your own, which goes back to the empathy and the sympathy of the people that's around you. Because if those people matter, their feelings matter, their thoughts matter. You know, it's not something that you just brush off to the side. You know, like, hey, well, hey, if you listen to me, this wouldn't have happened to you. It's like, that's not how that works. You know, this isn't a ha-ha type moment. But because you surface level, you don't know how to go deep. You don't know how to sit back and reflect on all your movements. So that's why, as you were saying that shows that you are more than a surface level thinker like most people. Or people that do that. Because you only internalize the things that you say and do. You also think about what my actions will cause to these other people. So as you were saying about the lion, okay, my lie or my lies that I continue to lie, continue to steal people's identities and pretend and pretend like that's how I was living when you wasn't living like this. And we know who the person was and they're not with us no more. And you are putting yourself in a dead person's body. And now you want to live their life in these stories because we want to rewrite history because people don't actually know that wasn't there, but we know. So now what you have is, to your point, there will never be it's going to be a constant cycle because they're never wrong. They're only right. And that's where that narcissistic trait coming out of. So it's like, at the same time, this is where not only of your lack of intelligence come into play because it doesn't allow you to actually think. You know, it's like if you actually do meditation, which is the same thing, just contemplating on everything, internalize what most people would do. Those surface level thinkers, they're not going to do that. So essentially, when you think about it, you know, to be honest. You know, if you're not sitting back and you're not observing that small mind that you have
Yeah.
to see how inadequate of a task is in front of you,
Yeah.
you know, it's like what you will see is everything they do will be repetitive and useless, essentially.
Yeah. We got a
Because you're
message right quick.
because you're dealing with a narcissistic person, and
Yeah.
they're gonna be compulsive. But you know but before they realize it, it's too late, and now they are trapped, and they're gonna be unfree in what they doing. You know, if that makes sense.
Before I press the message, I got a question. I ask you this question, and y'all can answer it after. What do you do as far as the people who know the ones that's around him or that particular her or whoever that particular person is that's around them? You know what I'm saying? And they know that this person has this stuff going on, but they allow the bullshit.
Yeah.
They coddle that person. So what do you do in that situation? Now I'm
I
gonna play
mean,
this message.
I'm just gonna speak on. Oh, go ahead, play the message.
Oh yeah, that's absolute facts right there. One thing that I say all the time is that I can't trust a person that actively lies to themselves.
Mm,
And people don't even realize that they're doing
mm,
it because they've been doing it their entire life and they've never been held accountable or held
speak,
themselves accountable for it.
speak.
That's true.
It's true.
They don't do no
So
self-reflection at all. No self-reflection at all. I mean, anything that come out of their mouth is a lie, and they feel comfortable with telling it. They feel comfortable with
Mm-hmm.
just spreading lies. You know what I'm saying? And for me, honestly, and I can honestly tell y'all this, I get mad when people lie, and I try with all my heart not to listen to it, because at the end of the day, for me personally, I can't, because I'll get upset, and I mean, I got a family, I can't let myself stoop down to people low
Mm-hmm.
intelligent. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
can't do it.
Yeah, and you can,
So
and it's
back,
like you can. Oh, I'm sorry. You said what now?
no, I mean, I was just going to answer, you know, the Rod question. I just think that the people that are around the situation, they are guilty too, because they know what's right, and they sit there and they continue to let that person ride a lie, you know what I mean, and have that shallow, behavior, you know what I'm saying. So they part of the
Mm-hmm.
situation too, you know.
Yeah.
Don't come talking to me now. You don't sit there and let somebody done talk crap about me, and you want to come and say hi, man. Carry your behind on.
So do you think that the people that they purposely surround themselves with people that's going to be passive?
yes,
So now they don't have anybody to challenge, you know, their beliefs
exactly.
and make
Well,
and want you to, so to speak, fall in line.
so think about it now.
Mm-hmm.
When you got people that you hang around that tell lies, guess what? The other
Mm-hmm.
people tell lies too. I mean, so if you think about it too now, I mean, like, I know some people that I done been like around, and I done heard them say that lie, and I'm like, oh shoot. And then the other person tell it, I'm like, oh shoot. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, they all done embedded in that lie. They done laid down. They done cover themselves. They done
Mm-hmm.
close themselves. You know what I mean? In that lie. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Once you
And
start
then
telling a lie, man, it just start becoming like anything that flows out of your mouth, man. Some people need to start standing on the truth and standing on business. That's all. Not lying. It's not even worth it at the end of the day. It's not.
yeah, then I think then you also gotta look at it, it's like it's just crazy how you can just sit there and fall in line with it, you know, even if to your point, let's say hypothetically speaking that there isn't, a liar there. But to your point, they're just sitting there and listening and taking it in, following it up, so to speak. And that side of it is like it's crazy just to see how you can allow yourself to just sit there in the gossip, or is it because the other person loves the gossip, but they're not going to gossip themselves. They'll take it in, but then they're not going to say nothing. If that makes sense.
Well, I feel like the ones that go along with it, that's where the lack of intelligence falls in. Because if you know that the person is not telling the truth and you sit there and you don't call them out about it, to me, like I said, it's lack of intelligence.
Yeah.
Because no matter what, when you think it's a harmless lie, that shit can turn real quick. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you're attaching people's names to certain things and stuff like that.
True. I understand that. Now, there's other thing I had read along with it, not to shift gears so quickly, but, you also like lacking creativity.
That is true.
And it's like, what you'll see is, what they'll do is, because their intelligence is so low, it's hard for them to actually come up with an original idea. I think sometimes when you see creativity, people don't understand that it's more to it than what they actually think it is. So when you sitting there, I say that to say, as an example, okay, let's say, all right, so let's say Miss Cheesecake is like, you know what, I wanna think of a topic I want to do this week, and let's say it's a book she's reading, and she's thoroughly enjoying. She's halfway through the book, and she said, "Yo, I'm gonna do these three chapters right here, yeah." And she do her show on those 3 chapters of that book, right? To me, that's your creativity of how you formulate your show around those 3 chapters. She got an act 1, act 2, and act 3 in her show, hitting the chapters, and then getting her listeners to leave messages to flow in with the conversation. Now, when you see that creativity is lacked at is when you just hop on social media and you see, ooh, this is something, let me go ahead and throw this out there, But then you say, well, I create my own thing and people should create this too. And it's like, well, technically you didn't create that, Not only and I say that not because everybody will find articles and stuff that you're going to talk about. It's what it is. But when you actually go in, like how y'all do on Three Voices, the 3 of y'all will literally pull up articles, watch videos. You're doing extensive research on it because there's going to be different views and takes on the particular subject matter that you're targeting, right?
Yeah.
That's going in depth with it. You are submersing yourself in the content to figure out and take the different sides. So when y'all have these conversations, y'all can spring 20, 35 questions. You may not get to all of them in your show, but you got them where y'all can queue it up. No matter how the conversation may shift, it may be a question that Queen may not have, but just in the midst of you and Cheesecake discussing it, a question may pop up because she's already watched and read and all this stuff. Oh, you know what? I didn't even jot this question down. I didn't even think about this. Boom, she hit this question out to y'all. Because y'all know the subject matter, y'all can just spring it off, boom, boom, and go straight into it. That's creativity. You just pulling something and having a surface conversation about it and saying, I think, I feel, I know. Okay, but what you got after that? And what you'll find is the conversation dies. It dies because there is nothing left. Because you haven't done nothing. You haven't researched. You haven't looked up nothing. Not because of lazy. It's because your intelligence level isn't there enough for you to take in all these different concepts.
Mm-hmm.
Because that shallowness that's within you won't allow you to take in the fact that there are other things that other information, other knowledge-based things that may go against your ideology. And so, no, I can't do that. So you push it away instead of being open and accepting, who knows, maybe this is something that may be better not only for your listeners, but for you. So now your lack of creativity, you have undercut your whole audience base because of that. But that's just my opinion, though. Y'all let me know
I
what y'all
agree.
think.
No, I agree. I mean, that's like, you know what I'm saying? Or you can go the route of you, like you said, you do the surface level, but you don't dig deep, and then you throw out numbers, percentages. But then what's the breakdown of those percentages that you're talking about? And then when you get someone to tell you that has vast knowledge of that particular thing, subject or whatever, and they tell you, well, you gotta dig deeper into the numbers. But you know what I'm saying, 10 toes down, this is what it is, this is what I found, this is it. And then when you ask, well, where did you find it from? You can't tell me where you found it from. You know what I'm saying? And then you find out eventually, okay, you got those numbers from a reel or something on social media, but you can go deeper with those numbers. There's a breakdown to certain things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm just going to use this for an example, not talking about anyone, just an example. Okay. There was a thing that was talked about at some point that, boys that come from the single parent home are highly emotional. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Where do these people stay? Where are these single moms at? Now you can only give me that this is the percentage because that's what the person said on the reel. Gave you the surface level numbers. Why don't you dig a little deeper? And you might see that most of the time, or some of the time, they come from the home of, you know what I'm saying, maybe the projects or something like that, because they see the interaction of their mom getting into it with the chick that's sleeping with her boyfriend or some shit. I'm just using that for an example. But then you have the single mother that stays in the 4 or 5 bedroom home or whatever, and he's not.
Mm-hmm.
And see, when you try to tell that person that to me, it's a person by person thing. Cause I mean, I can tell you, my wife, she was a single mom, 2 sons, 1 daughter, not highly emotional,
Mm-hmm.
not highly emotional. But what was said was, you know what I'm saying? Single moms with sons, the sons are highly emotional, not highly emotional at all.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I said,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that those numbers are not like that. That's not what it is, but you got to dig deeper into the numbers. Where are these people located? Where do they, you know what I'm saying? Where do they stay? What is the income of those particular people?
Mm.
What's the income range?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm not saying that it's not true. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
saying that it is true. All I'm saying is dig deeper into the numbers versus, you know what I'm saying? This is what it is. Have you ever, my thing is, the issue that I have is, if you've never lived that life, then how do you know? Have you ever dealt with a single mom? If
Mm-hmm.
you never dealt with a single mom, how you gonna know? How can you say they need to change certain things if you don't go through it? You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. It's just, stuff like that. Like they need to change child support laws. Probably. I venture to say so. It's state by state. But are you paying child support? Are you a person I don't want to hear about the person that stayed 2 houses down from you, because you don't know their full situation.
That's right.
All you going by is this particular person coming to you and telling you, oh man, I can't, man, that damn child support killing me, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But you're not the particular person that's doing it. Or they need to change the marriage law. You're not married.
Yeah.
I've done it 3 times. 3 times I've done it. But when another person that's been through it tries to explain, that's where the lack of intelligence of the other person not wanting to listen.
So question right
That's
quick.
where the superficial
There you
personality,
go.
that's where that
Yeah.
falls into effect, because
That's right.
you only believe what you want to believe.
That's right.
And that is it, hands down. It's nothing else. I am right and you're wrong. No. No. You have an opinion. It doesn't make you right. You have an opinion. I can't shit on your opinion. All I'm saying is, always dig deeper into the numbers. If you dig deeper, you're gonna find shit is gonna, you know what I'm saying? It's not always black and white.
That's right.
I mean, but wouldn't that come into the effect of, to your point, if you do that, we can sit here and read through all this stuff, like you said, state by state, read through all this. I mean, so you may have some of these states with some of these laws. It may be a town thing. It may be a city. Like, for instance, like in what I'm doing right now with my job, when I'm signing up these companies, there are certain paperwork I need. I can be in, let's say I'm in the state of Louisiana. Depending on the area of Louisiana I'm in, one area I may need these 2 forms filled out. Another one, I may need these 3 forms filled out. This one, I only may need 1. I may just need a photo, and then you fill out these 2. It's like, even within that, it's like, you have to dig deep and do the work. But then that's where, when it's like when people say that they hard work and other people don't know what hard work is. And it's like, well, actually, it's easy to say you do hard work when the work that you do can be done by someone else. Now, that's not to demean what people do, but it's like, when you look at the intelligence level and the understanding, the critical thinking, everything that comes into play, if I can step in to any one of y'all roles easy, it don't matter if it takes me 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, I can learn it, right? But if one of y'all can't come into what I do and you can't grasp the concepts of it, it's not saying that I'm smarter than you. It's saying that my thinking is open to take in the information that's being presented to me in these other 3 areas by the people that's doing it. I'm not smarter than you. My intelligence isn't higher than yours. It's just that I can take in this information. I want this information. I thrive on being better, not just for what I do but for not just for what I do and bring to a company, but I want this company better. I want the person I'm working beside better because if you are already 3 notches above me, and if I can get 2 more notches, baby, I want you 2 more notches up.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see you win. I don't look at G-Man and go, dang man, I can believe you got that, and I gotta suppress hatred and stuff like that, because that's something that's built within from an internal hate within yourself, because you don't have you lack, and in a case like that, it's gonna be that intelligence that you lack. So it's easy to just go, no, you need to believe what I believe, because if somebody can't match what you're bringing to the table, it makes it easier for them just to push it to the side than to actually grind and figure it out. So who really has the hard work ethic? Who really is hard working?
Mm-hmm.
Anybody can build something. I'm sorry.
We got a message
Get it.
from my teammate.
So, grand evening, fellas. Ro, G-Man, Shay. That is called willful ignorance. When somebody just wants to believe what they want to believe, not seeking out any actual type of factual information, you're just willfully ignorant. You don't care. This is what you're comfortable with. And I agree. I don't like to hear about stuff that needs to be done, or you trying to tell me something by proxy. It's not something that you yourself went through, or even like looked up. Even if it's something that you didn't go through, give me the stats. Where's the Carfax?
Exactly. I agree with that.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, it's like it's baffling to the mind how you have so much access to the wealth of information now. It's so easy. I mean, it's at click of your fingertips. You have this information. You
Google.
know, I mean, let's be honest. How many young people know about the Dewey Decimal System? You know what I mean? It's like, come on, man. It's like it's crazy just how people can define hard working as you picking up a hammer and some nails and building something. That's hard work you don't know about. All right, cool. I tell you what I'm gonna do then. Hence accounting is my shit, and I don't even do it because I just don't like doing it. Because my mind is there enough for me to maneuver within the industry and do what I want to do. Let me slide you some spreadsheets. Let me see what you do with some chain accounting. Come back and holler at me.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I don't have to give you anything. I can just slide you the book. I guarantee you, you won't be able to make it through the first chapter. So I mean, it's like,
I agree with that.
it's you shouldn't be knocking somebody because you assume that you are better than. But then the issue that you have was go back to what you said in the beginning with being superficial. You glorifying the things that you have, and you can tell when somebody who's never had something and then they get something, because that person that they always been was there, like you always say, but now they have a little bit of wealth that make them feel like they can puff their chest out. But it's like, remember, the wealth that you may have attained, you don't take it with you.
That's right.
You don't take that with you. You can pass that down, and your offspring could blow that in a matter of time. But if you ain't passing no knowledge down, that's something that builds empires with.
Yep,
Just in my
I agree.
But we
We
got
got
a
a message.
The message.
I'm going to go out on a limb with my theory. I have a theory that it's because information is so easily accessible that, the world is dumber. Really and truly. Because think about it. You mentioned the Dewey Decimal System. You had to go actually seek out the information, like almost you had to do a little work. You couldn't just necessarily get it from your home, right? You had to go some places, take a trip to the library, learn how to use a system so you can find exactly the information that you're looking for. Now you can just type in some shit. And one of y'all said Google. You can't even trust Google. You got to go through a few sources because you hit the first one. Anybody can find anything that agrees with their, hold on. What's that?
I'm going to play the next one.
Okay. So like I said, the thing about Google is anybody can find anything to support their fucking crackpot theories or whatever it is, right? Because anybody can put anything up on Google. Google Scholar is, a little bit better to use, right? But, back in the day, oh God, I never thought I lived to see the moment where I have to say back in the day. But anyway, you actually had to, for real, seek out the information, which made it more valuable.
Yep. Oh yeah, that's 100. Yeah,
I agree with that.
I mean, so you guys think that the person, people that lack of intelligence, they got low IQ. What y'all think about that? I mean, so like their critical thinking is not good. Their decision making is not good. Their problem solving is not good. So do they have low intelligence? I mean,
I would think
I
so.
think so.
So that's why they
I think
lie
so.
a lot.
I think coming
Well,
to
they
play,
lie a lot because they lie a lot because
Uh-huh.
the truth ain't in them.
Mm.
I mean, the truth ain't, because if you've been doing it for this amount of time and you can do it so
effortlessly.
so easily,
Fluently.
like it's just first thing come out your mouth is a lie.
Yeah.
And you make it sound so believable. And it has, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter who it is. It can be anybody.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I feel like that's lack of intelligence.
Yeah, I was told a long time ago that people that got lack of intelligence, they create their own ideas in their head and they just go off of it. They already got they already got it in their mind where they gonna spit something out. So when they spit it out and all that stuff like that, they believe in their mind that it's correct.
Mm-hmm.
So when they're about to talk about it, guess what? They know for a fact what they're about to talk about is the truth in their mind.
Yeah.
All right, we got a message.
I don't even think it's low intelligence all the time. I think it's just laziness. I think that the brain has to be worked out and challenged just like anything else. If you want your body to be, at full physical peak, you got to work that motherfucker out. Your heart, you want your heart to be good, you have to work that motherfucker out. Your brain, you want it to be sharp, you have to work that motherfucker out. We live in an age where we accept technology thinking for us. So it's not even any longer that we are using technology as a tool. Like, no, we are fully letting it think for us.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, so
Yeah.
how is the brain getting any type of actual workout? Well, we're not even like, come on. It started with fucking calculators.
I mean, but that's true though, and that goes to what you were saying about that repetitiveness of rehearsing the lie. You know, it's like
Mm-hmm.
the same thing with what you do. You know, when all of us get up and all of us going to work, we know what we going. We already know. You know, you done got into your routine. You know what it is.
Yeah.
But that I feel like when you do hit, I don't know if it's the lack of intelligence, laziness, the being superficial, shallow, however. But let's say you have a way you go to work every day. You know,
Mm-hmm.
boom, 45 minutes when you get to work. Don't matter. I'm going this way.
Yeah.
Now, Monkey Ranch, they're working on the road. You see they working on the road.
Mm-hmm.
And you will see where some people will literally just go ahead and sit right there in traffic. Just sit there. They know what's coming. But it'd be, you know what? I know I can still get to work in 45 minutes. Hour and a half later, you hit the parking lot. Man, you know, they was working on the road and stuff, got here late. Oh, you could have got off like 2 exits back and you could have got here in like 39 minutes probably. Nah, man.
Mm-hmm.
I know I can make it tomorrow. Same thing. Cause you feel like you feel like, see what you're saying is your way is the way. The best way. It's the only way. You can't
It's the only
open
way.
your mind to take nothing else. You get in and then you late for work again and then here come Jerry telling you like, yo, you ain't get off on the 2 exits back there? Well shoot, I tell you what, all you gotta do is take the next exit. Up, you don't have to go 2 back, go 1 and then hook that left. 2 lights down, make that right, boom, it's gonna put you right in front of the construction work.
That's right.
Next day, boom, they still an hour and a half late.
That's right.
Why? Because that's all they know. Because that's all is their way is the right way. No matter how many times somebody can tell them a way that's going to get them there back within that 45 minutes or less, that's their route. Because it's easy for them. Because learning anything new, now I got to learn this road. I got to learn what time that this food zone right here. So now I got to learn what time the traffic going to come through here. Okay, if I go this way, I got to figure out that Dunkin' Donuts is on the corner right here. All right, I know that Dunkin' Donuts traffic start hitting around fucking 5:45. All right, so boom, I got to make sure I avoid that. Maybe I need to get up maybe 5-10 minutes early, leave my house. Okay, I can't hit QT here, but I can get past this other crap, and I can hit QT by the job. That's too much thinking. And I think
that's where
stupid way
laziness.
to put it. I think that's a stupid way to put it. Until
But that's laziness though.
Point. It is lazy. But then
y'all know
that
fall in line with
that laziness is a part of the lack of intelligence too, right?
Yep.
Yeah. But we're gonna have to close this one out. We about to move on to our other platform, Riverside FM, and do our live podcast. We'll be back next week. We'll be doing a show with Three Voices, One Mic, their season premiere, the start of season 2.
Oh yeah.
And y'all got anything before we close out?
I think it was a great conversation. Good start of conversation. Appreciate everybody that came to listen.
Hey, I agree 1,000. I mean, nice topic, nice conversation.
All right. Well, like I said, we'll be back next Saturday night, 9 p.m. with 3 voices, 1 mic. And that's it, y'all. Let's go ahead. We gotta move on to the other platform.
Yes, sir.
All right, sound
All
good.
right.
I'll see y'all in these stereo streets as always while I'm at work. I love all y'all content too.
There you go, being a whore. All right, I'm out.